Hello, Hunter. These are just the levels I'd be interested in engaging. And if we lose this, I believe we're coming here. Overnight, our battle plan had us coming to here, and boy, did we. And then a very nice reaction off of it. Not so sure we'll get this set up if we attack this again. And if we lose that, we're probably coming here. And this would be a real monster, beautiful short. Will that happen? I don't know. The bulls seem to be trying, but we still gapped down and we stayed down, although the overnight went and grabbed it. So turn the battle plan off from yesterday. We'll work on what's happening right now. Beautiful thing about this trade here is this is now softened. It's like when an army is going to invade somewhere, they'll soften up the ground, right? Probably not even the official term. But this is now softened. So if we get back up over it, this would represent a long. This I'm a little more trepidatious about. If I was to take a long, I would want to do it off where I have the bottom here. Because it would give me the best odds of being the given the gift of break even if I was wrong. And if I was right, it would give me some room. We'll see. I don't have my browser open. I've got too much stuff going on the computer. So if anyone knows if and when he's speaking, don't need the browser open. See if I can find it on my phone. Nice. Tom is moving. Let me grab my laptop. Powell, well positioned. I'm going to lower my own music on my end. Powell, well positioned to wait for greater clarity before considering any changes to monetary policy. The U.S. economy solid despite heightened uncertainty and downside risk. Growth likely slowed in the first quarter of 2025 from last year's solid pace. That doesn't sound political at all. Administration's policy still evolving. This is true. Effects remain highly uncertain. This is true. So far, larger than expected tariffs likely mean higher inflation and slower growth. Economic impact of tariffs likely larger than expected. All right, nice big candle there. So between here and here, I think you're interested in a bit of a higher risk long. That's going to work. Those are the lines I had drawn for there to be a reaction. And there we go. Missed my long. How much did it miss my long by? Geez, 2 points. Oh well. I'm going to remove my order now. Dang it. I try to be very picky about how I draw my levels. Let's see, this was here. And that's about as good as you can get. Between here and here is where I was expecting a long to be done. Missed me by 2 points. High risk trade, as I said. But if you wanted to take it there, that's where it would have taken. My entry was in the middle, somewhere right in there. And I would follow it at 50%, just one contract. Because if it went, cool. But if it came back like this, I'd already be out and maybe just a little something. It's okay. Double tap. Economic impact of tariffs likely larger than expected. Let's dial it up. We bounced off the top of the first line. Are we going to hit the second line? I don't know. We would need to clear this for me to entertain the idea of doing something more like this. I needed a deeper push here to get me in. No new updates yet. Let's go ahead and go to a 1 minute chart. Let's see if it's going to come down to the second level and what does it do. Whew, first level still powerful. Still powerful. Big candles. Be careful. That's what we do. We draw lines where price is most likely going to bounce. You trade the bounces, never knowing how far they're going to go. And that's where your trade management comes in. That's where being part of a team comes in. We'll help you manage your trades as you're in them. I'd like to see us reclaim this bull line, bounce off the bull line, and then I might be interested in getting long. Once again, this is a real tricky area because there's longs and shorts here. Powell speaking, who freaking knows? But pretty exciting we got here. Right to our level. No new notes from his speaking have come across yet. Yep. No hurry at all to do anything. The velocity of this price action is pretty strong. Jeez. Talk about honoring a level. We need to reclaim that with a vengeance. No rush. This is a super low time frame. Highly volatile time to trade. This is the setup we were looking for last night and this morning. See what happens. Very difficult to trust these up candles, but this is the trade we drew out. I need it to take that with a vengeance, not do a turtle head. Not interested in trading right here. I mean, it could bounce and go 100 points. What do I know? But that's not the setup. So I'm not interested. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's go to 30-second chart. Let's see here. Doesn't need to go below that. If it goes below that, everything's off. We reset. We reset. Reset. No trade. No trade. Needs to come and make a new low now. Needs to come and make a new low now. This is the level where we said it's ideal for bulls to hold or to reclaim. That was my notes from this weekend. You need to make a new low, sir. But this level did brilliantly. Now I'd like it to come here. And then I rapid move to the north. All right, here it comes. Let's see what happens at this next level. Just a minor reaction. Now we want to see something violent to the north, or we need to start getting ready for shorts for us to come to here. Tricky area, as we said, tricky area. That first level is the one that you needed to be in and paid. I removed my order, as I said, because I wanted it to be in the first bounce, not the second push through. Although I'm glad it made a new low. Because it resets the possibility of this entry here. As I said, I don't trust the white candles right now, the up candle, so it would need to be with clear, obvious pattern and laddering. Certainly not getting that. So let's see what happens off of this level here. I didn't take the short here, nor would I. Why? Because it's bouncing off level here. Now it's nice that it did that. So if it comes back up, and so if this thing bounces here, if comes back into this area and comes in, I will start looking for a short. Powell is speaking. Every entry is high risk. Okay. Certainly within the tolerance of saying this level is now tested. Let's see what happens in here. If you wanted to take a short off of that 32 level, your out, in my opinion, is going to be above here. I mean, that's a pretty big stop. This level is now used up, in my opinion. I personally, I would love to see it bounce here, make a new low, and then I will start looking for hopefully shorts in all the right places. If you take the 32, well, somewhere between here and here. If you want to be aggressive and go short, you can do it. Just know where you're wrong. Actually, that's tomorrow's tip of the day. Know where you are wrong. Let's take a peek at everybody else. Are we all on the same train? Looks like it. Shorter flat is the play. Longs are counter. Small if at all. Never making things worse. Let's see what it does between these two levels here. If you had a fresh eval account and you didn't really care, this would be your short area. Targeting here. So bounced off that level, come into here. Are we going to bounce and come into here? I have no clue. We're just pretty good at where price is going to bounce. How far is it going to go? I wish I knew that every time. Certainly would make stop placement easy. All right, so it bounced off the edge of the range of these two levels that we drew here. Let's see if we can make a new low. If you took that short, don't let yourself get hurt. Realize 25-point candles come out of nowhere at any time, can rip your face off. Absolutely perfection. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Let's drop to a 1 minute chart. And my boys, look at those two levels drawn. Come on. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anybody get in on that short? I personally would have been a little greedier, so I'm not even going to pretend I would have been in that short. But the fact it bounced exactly where it's supposed to, bears are certainly in control. There doesn't appear to be any bulls, as we've kind of seen. All right, so if you're short, your goal is to target here, 52, 54-ish. Let's see if that all works out. What do I know? I wonder if Powell's done speaking. I don't see any more notes coming across. Certainly a doom and gloom speech, it seemed to me. No hurry to do anything. I would love for this thing to come on down here and give us a nice set for longs to finally go take out that level we've been banging our head against the last 3 days. As I said, we've got to go further down. We got to get more buyers. Rip some shorts apart. FOMO in the rip up, and big move. What do I know? Very nice. No way anyone should have gotten hurt. Unless you got in early on something. I don't know. Oh, absolutely beautiful. We got 5,300 here coming up. Of course, that's going to be the next little area of something, right? So if you did multiple contracts, you can certainly do a peel and keep a runner back and just don't even worry about price action anymore. You can almost take one off at 20 pointer, move this one back almost 10 points. Man, I wish 10 points was on the other side of that strong level, but you could literally move it to 15 points. Depends on what type of account you have. Take one off right there at 20 or two off at 20. Move your stop back into the negative category and hands free with final TP here. In my opinion, your mileage may vary. This is what we do. We draw levels at bounce and pretty good at where price is going to be targeted. We'll see see if it happens. What do I know? My eyeballs are really way down there. That's where I want price to go. So if you're short, stay short, take something off, keep a runner back, go get you a beverage, go check your mail. Let price discover what it's going to discover. This 5,300 is going to be an interesting area. On a 1 minute chart, we hardly have any structure. Come on. Powell, effects of policy are likely to move the Fed away from its goals. Tariffs larger than and Fed's upside estimates. China pivots from U.S. to Canada for more oil and trade war. U.S. weighing penalties to block DeepSeek from U.S. tech buys. Okay. Certainly some news there. Doesn't look like it's go to the north news, which is a beautiful thing if you took that short here or here. Like I said, I wouldn't have taken it up here for sure, because it bounced right off our level, multiple taps. It needed to really take that with a vengeance. Then I would have taken a long. Did not happen. No long. Now eyeballs are down here, and we'll see what happens. You're not in the move south, who cares? Who cares? There's another high probability trade around the corner. But if you are short, I would have a TP setting a few points in front of here, especially if you're in a drawdown account. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go. All right, so we're hitting this 5,300 area. As we said, it's going to be tough right in here. It's a big number. And you obviously saw the reaction. If you're short, you just want to stay short and get away from the chart. Go get a beverage. Don't micromanage your runner. All right, let's see if we can break through 5,300. And then let's get down here to our next level. Can it happen? Can it happen? I don't know. We're just good at where price is going to bounce. We don't know how far it's going to go. We just manage our trade. You should have already TP'd your contracts, and you have a runner. A financed runner, and you don't care if it comes back and gets you. You literally don't care, depending on what type of account you're in. Cash, static, end of the day, you don't care. Let's go to a 3-minute chart. I want to get a 3-minute ATR reading on this. This is what we're looking at. And then the exact same scenario for down here. Exact same scenario that I would use there. fact, just keep it there in case we get there. That's what we're going to be looking for. All right, let's just go clean chart for a minute. Although, man, these two levels are so beautiful, I hate to remove them. I think I'll move that for my AM briefing tomorrow. Although I don't know if I'm going to recap what I went live on, so I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and remove these. They don't matter now. Only thing that matters is you're not going long. If you're short, you should have a financed runner, and you're just watching to see, do we make it to target? Hard to initiate a new short when you're bouncing off 5,300. In my opinion, you should already be short. If you're not short, you're just watching, and we're waiting to us to hit target, and then we'll reevaluate the chart. I'd probably be a little bit more in this realm. Probably what I'd be looking for here. So if you went and grabbed yourself a beverage or went and checked the mail, you don't have to watch that. Just have your stop down here. In my opinion, a couple points in front of that. And you got yourself an 80 pointer. They probably are. Hey, it was profitable. They just had to, they had to take their money when it was presented to them by going counter, right? And know where you're wrong. You're now wrong. Out. Exit all. Yeah, one thing we're not talking about is going long, are we? No, sir. Now, another option here is if we come back in and get over 5,300, that could be a play. So let's say this thing goes down, gets back up over 5,300. That could be something. Let me mark 5,300. I don't expect that to happen. I expect us to make it down here to 52. But if it does happen, well, I might be interested in something. I'd love it to go all the way down to here. It certainly makes the AM briefing easier, doesn't it? What do I know? We'll just let it price play out. All right, let's see if this thing wants to buy it up here and get back up over 5,300. I still want it to get down to 52. I am not itching to get into a trade here. Come on, push down. There you go. Come on, get down here. Come on, push. Beautiful. Anybody getting that short? That's great. You don't have to tell me. You never have to tell me. Just don't be longing this yet. Our long existed up here, but the setup did not happen. So therefore, we're just watching this, or you got short, where we talked about between here and here, and it bounced off the bottom number. Did I keep those levels? Yeah, I did. Cool. Whoa. Whoa, boys. Careful. Come on, make it to 52 down there. Come on, 52.50. I really don't want a reversal here. I don't trust it. 52.50 there, I'll trust it. What time is it? Ah, it just rolled over. Woo! Look at that Dom light up. Drop to 1 minute here. Would that be a first bounce? Man, on a 1 minute, that was a 15-point candle. My goodness. Come on, get down. Get down. Let's go. Get down. Nobody's buying here. They're going to buy down here. They're going to buy down here. Let's go. Come on. Let's get down here in 11 ATR. Come on, let's get down. If you're short, stay short. You should be in a financed runner. I recommend a TP here. Not that you ever listen to me. Nothing I say is investment advice. Never listen to a guy on the internet. But if you like what we do, subscribe there, hit that notification bell. And if you're brave enough, check us out at Micro Trader. Come on, get down. Get down. I don't trust any of these white candles. Really need this thing to get further down. I don't want it to turn around here. But I don't control that, do I? Come on, let's get down. Come on. Get down here. You've seen that movie before, huh? I really don't want to go long here. This is where I want to trade next. Not here. I don't trust this at all. But if it starts laddering and we get back up over this, then I'd go, okay, something's changed. I'm not sure I'd take this long, but boy, it's something worth seeing. As we talked about, if it gets under 5,300, gets back up over 5,300, that could be something. But we need to get down here. Bulls really want to hold. You know, when I was coming up with the names for these levels, I was like, that's really what it is. Don't trust any up candles right now. Come on, we really need to get down here to 52.50. I would want to see this up candle get about to here. If we got up to there and then came back into 5,300, that might be of interest to target here. And then you use that to add up at that time. It's done on a different time frame, so it's warped. I want it more like this. Get up higher. Spend a little more time. Then maybe come back to 5,300. Not my trade of choice. Very large candles. Hard to use a small stop, but if I take it, I'm going to use a small stop. Well, you got to get up higher for me, man. If I miss it, I don't care. This is not ideally where I want to trade. I want to trade down here. Go take a peek at everybody. Woo. Bring everybody back up. Let's go up a little bit more. Come on. Get all the way down. Let's go. I don't need these candles anymore. Colored. I feel like they're really trying to defend 5,300 here. Didn't map out the way I would want to take this long in the middle of these two strong levels. Typically, we go from strong level to strong level. Is typically what we see. And so I'm not going to take 5,300. You could have. But I think you'd gotten stopped out at break even. Big decision point here, it seems like. Seems like we lose 5,300. We're definitely coming down to our target. Come on, get down there. So once again, didn't meet the requirements for me to go long. Plus, that's not where I want to go long. But it was interesting that this might be an interesting, could possibly present itself. Let's say this thing comes down, you miss a long here. I'm just saying a number. Well, this would be the next place you could get long, my humble opinion. Or where you could add to a long. And back through 5,300. My goodness. Let's go down a 30-second chart real quick. I don't trust this move at all. Don't trust this move at all. Let's go back to a 1 minute. Well, let's just pull this together so we can see it. I would need price to get all the way up to about this height, then come back in and I might take it. But I don't trust it right now. Where's my beverage? Hold on, I gotta go find my beverage. Come on, let's make it to target. You know, now you're seeing some really strong candles here forming a line. You're like, yeah, but I got this too. You sure do. Does it look like maybe they broke the parabolic? I don't know. I'm not rushing to get long, I can tell you that. Bring that to 3,000. Bring that to here. Wow. We are stopped. Stop. Not in love with going long here, but I'll probably just watch it, to be honest. I'm not interested in longing here. This is not what I call an energetic, take a level with a vengeance move. I want it to come down. Come on. My goodness. We've stopped on a dime. Come on, let's get down there. Let's go back to our primary chart for a second, 3 minutes. There's nothing. This price actually didn't really get high enough for me to be interested in this, and I really don't want a long here, so I didn't. But if I would have used that 1 minute base, but I'm just not doing it. A 1 minute base would have paid. Just not quite exactly the way I want it to behave. There's more ladders. You know, if they're going to go up, there'll be another ladder. It's okay. Let's get down to 52.50. Come on. Quit playing around here. I think they're baiting people to go long. Then when they push it down, all those longs are going to get out. Sell, 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 sell. Rapid push down. What do I know? I don't know. Maybe we go up from here. Certainly had an entry, that's for sure. Just not gorgeous. Not interesting. There are easier trades and easier locations. This is not an easy location. This is a highly visible location, but if we were doing that here, I would take it. No questions asked. That's how I view it. Your mileage may vary. Come on, let's get down. Let's get down. Let's hit target. So let me color this green because this is the one I want. Doesn't mean it'll happen. Come on, push it down a little bit more, and everybody who FOMO'd long will get out. Let me see. How markets are functioning. Markets are orderly, functioning as they expected. Some deleveraging by hedge funds. Probably will see continued volatility. U.S. federal debt on an unsustainable path. Duh. Though not at an unsustainable level. I don't know about that, but I guess when you have nuclear weapons, does it really matter how much debt you have? All right, come on, get down. Get us down there. So if you're short, you should still be short with your financed lotto runner. Getting a beverage, checking the mail, and you have your TP setting right down here, in my humble opinion. Come on, get down there. Unleash. Unleash. You know, it's funny. That doesn't look far away, but it's 50 points. It is. It's a normal day's range. These are not normal days. Man, they are really trying at 5,300, are they not? And we said that's going to be a tough spot. Walk away from the computer. You've got your stop in. You've got your take profit in. It doesn't matter. So for sure, if this happens, that would be a long. So to me, the way I look at this would be my first potential place for a long. This would be an ad, and this would be an ad. I hear my wife saying, "You keep dreaming that dream." Come on, push down. Let's get to our target. Let's go. Come on, make these FOMO buyers regret it. I'm going to go ahead and move a ghost order down here at the bottom where I might be interested. Come on, get down there. I see no reason to be going long here. Not yet, anyway. You could have made 1,000,000 points by now if every time it touched 5,300, you went long. Then put a trailer on it. As far as you want to go. That's not how we trade. But boy. I almost made 5 points every time. Oh, come on. Get down there. There it is again, another 5 points. $100 if I went long the next time it hit 5,300, that's when it vomits. Nothing yet is telling me to go long, but it's getting interesting. We should have scalped the 1 second chart this morning. Yes. Here, let's go to the 15-second chart. Just look at all front sides. Front sides all paid. Right, let's go back to a 1 minute chart. Well, we've almost hit the top of my drawing. Five minutes to the bottom of the hour. Careful. Yep, 5 minutes to the bottom of the hour. Careful. Four minutes. My goodness. Let's go back to our base chart. Disgusting. All right, let's see if it's going to come back in, I guess. Well. I wanted it to go to 42.50. That's what I'm going to wait for. If I get it, great. If I don't, whatever. You know, taking this 3,200 is not a clean level. It's not clean. And it's certainly, let's go to a 3-minute chart. One thing about it, you don't have any backup levels. I'm going to wait. Did we at least take back a 15-minute fair value gap? We did. But all we did was take it. We haven't created anything. So it made it to the top here. What's it going to do when it comes back to here? mean, I honestly hope it rips at a new one, comes on down. They certainly seem to be defending 5,300. I don't trust any of this up move. Let's get down here. Come on. All right, final 3 30-minute periods. See what it's going to do on one more touch of 3,000. It's not clean enough for me to take, so I'm not taking it. Doesn't mean it won't work, but it's just not clean enough for me. And it's not where I want price to. If I was to take this level, this is not where I want to do it. Doesn't mean I'm right. This is what I want. Come here. If you're short, this is still where I would have my TP. I think this is where we target. It's having a real difficult time at 5,300. If I was up really big for the day, I would still take this long. I'd still take it. I'd take it small. Let's say I was up 80 points. I don't know. I'd give it some of the points, but I'm not up 80 points. I'm up, but I'm not up 80 points. So I'm not willing to do that here. If this exact scenario was here, I would take it, but it's up here. And there's the bounce. I mean, you didn't get hurt, but it's just not a high probability trade that I'm interested in taking. I'll wait for my next entry. It sucks because it's probably 30 minutes or an hour away. But oh well. Come on, rip them apart. Push it down. Go back and check the news. The Fed is not going to be influenced by political pressure. Ford tells dealers it may raise prices in May if tariffs continue. I used to be in the car business as a car buyer way back in the day. So I'll follow a few people on YouTube that's still in the car business, and every now and then I haven't been to a new car lot in forever. Man, they were showing some Fords with now they were jacked up, they were whatever, but $154,000. Are you freaking kidding me? It's not going to be long before you're financing cars for 10 years that only last 4. Absolutely crazy. I got nothing here. I need price to come further down. I'm going to give it a little bit longer. Then I'm about to put some bread in the oven that I'm going to take to my eye doctor. Last time I went to my eye doctor, I told him about real bread and, grinding your own flour from the wheat. And I said, I'll bring you some bread. The doctor said, I'll pay you for it. I was like, no, my gift to you. So today's the day I'm going to go bake it and immediately deliver it. I put out a stick of butter this morning, so I'll give them some soft butter. I hope someone didn't start a diet today. Although this is good for you bread. All right, come on. Get down. I'm not interested in anything in here other than you going lower. And we just wait. Literally, so much of trading is waiting. Not flipping long, flipping short. It's waiting till you're like, okay, this is where I want to engage in price. And this is what it looks like. And this is how I get into it. That's what we're really good at in our group. Come on, push down. So this was the scenario that we kind of lined out here. I have no interest in this trade. Now, if it would have looked differently, more cleanly, like you see how this went straight up and then came in, had that happened here, I might have taken it. But that's not what happened. I mean, if they're defending it, it's not a horrible trade. Like I said, if I was up 80 points today, I would take the trade. But I'm not. So I need a higher probability trade, but still kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this in my AM briefing for tomorrow because I might discuss it. There's only so much you can discuss. I try to keep those AM briefings 10 minutes, 12 minutes max. I wish I had enough energy at the end of the day to do a wrap-up video every day, so I didn't feel like I had to talk about the day before. I know I don't have to, but I think it's beneficial as a refresher. I think anything under 15 minutes is doable. Come on, push down. Let's go. Make it to target. I have ghost order down here. This is where I want it to go. Not interested in engaging in price in here. Here. Come on. Push down there. Let's go. Get down there. If you're short, you should be smiling. Kept that financed runner back. Come on, get down there. Are we going to make it, Grandpa Roger? We're going to make it, Mr. Paul, Mr. Scott, Mr. David, and Mr. Hunter. Hunter, were you the guy who did the Zoom pass this week? He may not even be here anymore. All right, come on. We break this. We're coming here, buddies. Let's go. Moment of truth here. All those laggard longs in that up move there might be getting out. Last point of defense here for the bulls until 52.50. Come on. Get down there. Well, thank you for joining me this afternoon. Had a couple opportunities to get, we had one good opportunity to get short. And now we're just waiting. If you're not short, you're waiting till we get down here to 52.50. New low. New low. Man, imagine you could have gotten into this short we talked about this morning. I wasn't trading then. But if you could have gotten into that short and you kept one back and you used the finance runner system. Oh my goodness. How beautiful. Jeez. I wasn't trading here. I was grocery shopping. All right, come on. Get down. Push it. Push it. These were the two levels we talked about here as a possible if you wanted to be aggressive and go long in this for this type of move. Once we cleared it and got under it, when we were coming back up, I said you can short between these two lines. Middle, front, middle, edge, whatever you wanted. It required you to trade the edge. The edge is typically, and if you get a strong responsive move, that tells you who's in control. And now we're waiting to hopefully reach target we drew out this morning. So we'll see. Come on. And like I said, if I was short, I'd have a TP here. Thanks for the thumbs up. So let's see if we make it down here. Come on. Get down here. Thank you, sir. White House announces press conference 30 minutes after the market closes. Thank you, sir. So there's going to be a little something after the market closes. That could be interesting. I'll certainly be watching price after it closes. And ideally, I would love if we didn't get here until his speech. Tom R in the house. What you doing, sir? What you doing with your bad self? Well, our target upon losing this strong level was to come to this strong level. We're almost there. Is this just going to grab this liquidity and ladder back? It's very possible. Very, very possible. But I want to come here. I'm not trading till I get here. You get here, I'll think about trading. Well, if you weren't here at the beginning, we had these two levels here before Powell spoke, and I said when it comes into here, if you wanted to be aggressive for this trade here. This is the trade I've been waiting for in the overnight session. So it 3-tapped this here, and then we were looking for it to get over this strong level, and we'd come back, take that as a long. It didn't happen, no long. We flushed here, and I said, okay, as price comes back up, you can short between here. It bounced off the edge and moved. So you needed to be short there. And then we talked about if you're short here, take contract off at plus 20 points, or all your contracts off at plus 20 points except one. Keep one back at like minus 10 points. It's a financed runner with the goal of TPing right here on the final runner. Now at this point, I wouldn't keep it at minus 10. I'd go ahead and move it to break even, or you could even say, you know what, I'm going to move it to just behind here. That's okay too at this point. Go get you something to drink, go for a walk, go check your mail, and don't allow price action to force you to adjust your stop. You don't need to. This is the big magnet. This is where the bulls, as you can see my note here. Whoops. Jeez. My note here. Bulls really want to hold here. Bulls really want to hold. Ideal for bulls to hold here. They failed. But they really want to hold down here. So this is kind of what I'm thinking as a trade down here. We're not trading this muck at all, although there was an optional long if it presented itself. It actually presented itself 3 or 4 times, but no way I was taking it. We're in the middle of this level and this level. I have no interest in it, but it was something we were watching. And in this morning in our group for our core strategy, we had this long, we had this short, and this long. We discussed this short, but I can't call it a core strategy short. But our basic rules, were the 3 trades this morning. This long was the best. It's the one I said I wasn't going to take because we had the overnight lows just underneath it. And I went, no. I really want us to grab the overnight lows. If I'm going to go long, I want you to grab the overnight lows and then go up. So no big deal. I missed this trade. I was in this trade. Grandpa Roger made 10 points on that trade. And this was outside my trading hours. This was outside my trading hours. And then we simply watched for Powell. This could have been a long. This could have been a long if it had behaved. And then that was the short. And now we're just targeting down here. Nothing to do till price gets down there. So there's a little recap for you. We pick our spots where we want to engage in price, and we wait till price gets there. And then we engage in price if the setup happens. So for example, in all honesty, this got to where I wanted to engage in price. It did. It got there. But then it didn't behave for me to get into this trade. No big deal. You don't take it. You wait for the next one. And then Then this was the next trade. My entry was just a little too greedy. Didn't get me in. Oh well. Nothing to do till we get to here. You're either already short or you're waiting. My humble opinion. Just one trader's opinion. Never listen to a guy on the internet. Certainly not financial advice. I just trade micros. I trade my cash account when ATR allows me to, when it fits within my leverage metrics. Right now, ATR is 10. Ideal stop loss with a 10 ATR is 15 to 20 points. That's pretty big. That's why this box is red. Caution, caution, caution. This is our 4-pack. Right now, all these yellow balls are in the red, which means ESNQ, Dow, and Russell are all under previous day low. Previous day low. Tough place to be looking for a short. Coming along. Look at these guys. Yeah, Nvidia down 10%. Tesla down 6%. But this is where I expect there to be a reaction and a possible play back to the north. In fact, we talked about this in, I believe, in this morning's AM briefing. I'd almost have to go back and watch it. Sometimes I do it just to say, hey, you know, this is one of the AM briefing. Might be worth your time in the morning. This ES and NQ are large here, which denotes to us we are a large distance from our VWAP. We are in an aggressive move, is that indicator. 10 ATR means we're in aggressive price action. And here we come. Come on down to the take profit. Make me a happy boy. Nine minutes to the top of the hour before power hour, sour hour. Trump speaking 30 minutes after the market closes. It's going to be something probably with China. You're welcome, David. I started streaming more in the afternoon, in all honesty, to build an audience for our trading room, give people a peek into what we do, our patience, how well we draw lines and price bounces there. Makes trading easier. I used to stream every Tuesday morning, and then I decided, you know, the mornings really is more reserved for my members. So I started trying to stream in the afternoon. A lot of times looking for one trade setup. I did stream yesterday morning. Make no mistake about it. It's to give you a sample like they do at Costco. Come on, push down. Let's get down here. How does it not make it now? Seriously. All right, let's clean the chart. This is in green because this is my preferred trade. And sometimes my preferred trade is at such a distance that I know my own members are saying, yeah, we're not getting there. Which is okay, because price often can go further than you think it can go. That's a problem with a lot of traders. Price can often go further than you think it can go. And when I'm do my battle plan each evening, they're kind of at some good distances, I think, where I would want to engage in price. So let's get on down here. Come on. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come. 30 more points. And then the eagle has landed. I should have grabbed my eyeballs and put them there, but I didn't want to go find it. So thank you for joining us if you're new. I go live a few times a week when something's happening or I feel like I'm on my A game or there's a trade setup about to happen, because I'd love to pay for your membership before you became a member. If you hit the notification bell, it'll know live. I don't pre-plan them because I like to keep my life available for me. And if I can stream, I will. Let's go scroll through a few of these guys real quick. This is AMD. Bounced off our level there. NVIDIA. Already bounced off our level, but I got a little... This thing gets down here to 75. It gets really interesting for me. Tesla's still holding strong. Bounce off our level here at 212. Apple, beautiful bounce off our level. Microsoft, another beautiful bounce off our level. Meta, beautiful bounce off that level. Yeah, so some interesting pieces there. Come on, let's get down. You know, part of this right here is why I don't like shorting after the third or fifth ladder. No, thank you. I just don't do it. So I'd kind of look at this like one ladder, right? Maybe that's 2, maybe that's 3, maybe that's 4, maybe that's 5. I have no interest in shorting anymore. Shorts are like microwaves. Longs are like ovens. So this is why I said you need to already be short or flat, waiting till we hit our next area of interest. My humble opinion. Your mileage may vary. All longs are counter, small if at all, and at great locations. Trade location is key. 2 minutes to the top of the hour. Careful. I'm wrong. 3 minutes to the top of the hour, basically. Although YouTube is delayed, so whatever. I'm curious. How delayed is my stream right now? If you can see my clock down here, compare it to your clock. How many seconds off is it? That's the thing about Zoom. It's instant. There's no delay. I would assume like 6 seconds or something. I don't know. If there's anyone in Twitter land who can figure, or not Twitter land, in the stream, that'd be cool to know. Actually, I could pull it up on my other computer. Hold on. Copy TV. All right, let's see. Looks like 5 seconds. 2 to 3 seconds is what you got. Oh, thanks. Okay. Okay. It's weird hearing your own voice. I was like, I don't sound like that, do I? Yeah, that's exactly what you sound like. All right, let's see if we can get down there. Come on. I would TP about 56. Especially if you're in a drawdown type of account. That way you have 0 drawdown and maximum profit. Who cares if it keeps going? This is most likely where price is going to bounce. Don't be overly greedy. Take TP right there. My humble opinion, your mileage may vary. Never listen to a guy on the internet. All right, there we go. Come on, get down there. Let's go. Are we going to make it, boys? Certainly makes trading fun. Last AM briefing of the week is tomorrow morning. I'm probably going to release it early. I've got some training to do with the software I'm learning. It's either for my group or for many traders. I'm a huge believer in journaling your trades. I stepped away so the market could move. You're welcome. Thank you, sir. Very kind of you. Thank you, Paul. It's almost there.
But I'm working on getting programmed out a trading journal thing, and I think it might be more specific towards our strategy. I'm not sure. It's something I'm working on, but there's some software that I've got to learn, and they have a little webinar in the morning about making sure, kind of like my own group, let's make sure you're on the right page here. There's not many groups you can join that teaches you to draw levels and then will check your chart to earn your badges. Usually it's here's all the crap, good luck. Come on, get down there. 30 minutes, I'm going to put my bread in the oven, then I'm going to run it to my doctor once it's out. I want to be back before Trump speaks. Because if I can get a good entry long, to be honest, we're in a great trade location to do that. And I would be perfectly fine if we hung out here until Trump spoke. And then a nice flush through there and come back. So I don't care when we cross this, preferably closer to Trump. Because I'd hate to get the most beautiful setup here. I get long, Trump speaks, it does that, and then does it again. Jeez. Oh, yeah. No, I try to keep my stuff very succinct and to the point, because if you do join my group, you'll see there's 3 bounce levels you learn, okay? And those are 3 primary levels you've got to learn to draw. You have to do it, okay? So there's like a hour training video of how to do the level. And then one of the things I did, which was really great when I first did this training, is I offered some Zoom calls where new traders to the system hopped on Zoom. I handed the Zoom over to them and they drew the levels in front of me, so I could offer critique and feedback and see where they were confused. Watching other traders mark those levels is some of the most valuable videos in my group, in my opinion, because you see all the mistakes they make and you go, and sometimes you just get something flipped upside down. That's very common. And we got to get you flipped right side back up. You were inverted. We had to get you back right. But the point of that is after you learn those 3 levels, you will come to a 3-minute chart like this one, and you will be able to point out to me every single trade. There's our long, there's our short, there's our long, and you'll learn to point them out, and you'll see where every place would have been a possible trade for those 3 levels. And we call those end of the day charts. So every day you're encouraged to do an end of the day chart to reveal where all of the trades were. And the reason why I want you to do that is because it builds your confidence that, holy cow, this freaking works. There's nothing magical about it. My levels aren't different than your levels. They're the exact same levels. And that helps when we're all trading the same system, because we can help each other out, because it's either a level or it's not. Now, that's not all the trades we take, but you got to learn those 3 things first. And then after you get those learned, or as you're getting those learned, come and join us on Zoom, because you get to see the real world application. Plus, it's really nice if during that first month, depends on what you're trading, but let's get you into some trades. Let's get everything paid for by getting you into some trades. And these strong levels you see here, this comes with an indicator that you get when you're in my group. And what this is, it's me putting some really high time frame levels, our market profile nuance levels, or just things I think are important, and I put them on your chart for you. I update them every Sunday. I'll update these levels with the notes that I want you to have. Okay. And then each evening we do a battle plan, and I show you what trades I think will exist in the overnight and the next day's trading. So Here's the battle plan from yesterday. In fact, I talked about that in this morning's AM briefing because I said, if we lose this level, we're coming to here. Well, we lost that level and we that's where we opened. And then I said, we're coming here. We came here and bounced. Looking for a long here. I actually took this long here. This never materialized, so it's not a trade. I made a note here. Not sure I trust this, but it didn't get there. Then we were looking for this trade here. Didn't happen, so we're not in it. No big deal. Who cares? We wait for the next level. We're interested in engaging. And that creates an awful lot of patience. Your number of trades per day should be small, but targeted. Because I can promise you there's another high probability trade around the corner. It might be 30 minutes, it might be an hour, it might be tomorrow, but it's around the corner. And just learn to sit back and wait. I often say that trading is like flying, hours of sheer boredom by a few moments of terror. So here we are coming into this level. My traders see this, this coming up. We've already mapped it out. Their heart rate's starting to go up. We're coming in for a landing. What's going to happen here? I'm not 100% sure, but this is where I expect there to be a reaction. We're also in power hour, sour hour. Nothing really that great here to try and force. So your mileage may vary. We start 30 minutes before the market opens. We do 15 minutes of mental training. Then 10 minutes before the market opens, we update our charts and map out our entries, what we're looking for, where we're at. And then for the next hour and a half, we're on Zoom. We finish at 11 o'clock Eastern. And then the rest of the day, we're posting throughout the day in Discord for whoever's continually trading. I post my charts, my updates, what I'm looking for, anything like that. After the close, I post my battle plan for the next day. What am I looking for? What should we be looking for? Where we should be looking to engage in price. That doesn't mean there aren't other trades. Does that make sense? And here we are. We're coming in. So if you took this short here, I told you to put a TP here, peel off 2 contracts at 20 points, keep the other one back. Now you can start bringing that bad boy in. Now you start bringing that bad boy in. In my opinion, just bring it to 5,300 right now and have your TP right here at 5,650. And it hits it, you're done for the day. You did good. You're out. See you tomorrow. We weren't trying to trade this crap here. We talked about how there might be a trade there. And then we talked about why I wouldn't take it. Mainly, I don't take it because we typically move from our strong level to the next strong level. This is right in the middle of those two. Could it have turned around? Sure. I don't control price. It's only, and it looks like we're going to make it here. Beautiful. I'm looking for price to exactly come here, get up over, come back in touch, and maybe get long. Doesn't mean I'm right, but you know one thing we weren't doing in here? Looking for longs. We mapped out a long here that could possibly happen, didn't set up really. Although you could have took it 5 times and made 5 to 10 points each time, but I did not want to engage in price in here, so I said no. But it was interesting while it was happening. And this is where we want to come to next. If we lose this strong level, we're coming here next. My humble opinion. You'll find most of the guys in our trading room are the more vintage age. We don't do a lot of bros and brus and dudes, and you're expected to use professional language in a professional manner, support other people, be there for people. You'll develop personal relationships with people. Guys have been in my room since month 1 are still there. It is not a high turnover type of group. Membership is small. It's a small group. There is a point where I would cut off any new members, and anyone who can't get along with the group is immediately terminated from the group. I've only had to do that twice, but it's pretty quick, easy to point those people out quickly and go, you're not a good match for our room. But I've only had to do that twice. All right, here we come in. So if you've got that short, you are smiling. Oh my goodness, are you smiling? You don't get another trade. You're done. You walk, you close, you shut down your computer, you turn off the power, and you walk away and be smiling. Come back tomorrow with a fresh set of eyes. Go back into the Discord group and see the updated battle plan for tonight. But you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. Come on, let's get there. Made it to the arrow. Boom. Shakalaka boom. Very, very nice. Now, this thing could keep going. What do I know? But this is where I felt the big target was. This is where I'm interested in engaging in price. But I want us to go further down. This isn't enough. This is just where I would want you to TP. I mean, look at that. Did I do good or what? Tom, is that exact or what? I want it to come further down, though, for me to engage in price. I want it to come further down, Paul, is what I want. This is not far enough down for me to go long. I want more. I want exactly what I drew, to be honest. So if you're short, you're out. You're done for the day. Congratulations. Great trade. Great trade. Now we need to push down a little bit further for me to be engaging in a long. Now, if this thing shoots up with some 25-point candles, oh well, I'm done. I waited for the area I wanted to engage in price. You TP'd your short. Now I want us to come under this strong level, get back up over the strong level so I can get long. If that doesn't happen, just like this, oh well, I've got another trade. It's okay. It'll come. This short call from here to here paid for your week for most people. I said you might have an 80 pointer. You had a 72 pointer. With a beautiful TP. My goodness. All right, I'm going to put my bread in the oven because I'm going to take some bread to my eye doctor. I'll be right back. And if this thing starts shooting straight up, oh, well, I'll be done. We'll map out the battle plan for tonight and tomorrow after the close. In about 40 minutes, there's going to be some happy ladies. The Lynn boy. Hey, nice to see you. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, David. So I need price to engage a little lower first. Let's drop to a 1 minute chart now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Push down here to the 52.50, 52.51, something like that. And it may not happen. This thing might start laddering back up, and it's a perfect place for it to happen. I just wanted a deeper push first. And we're in the power hour, sour hour. All entries are risky, except TPing at that level. That wasn't risky. And you had zero drawdown. In fact, that probably earned back. Let's say you had a drawdown on your account. Let's say you're prop trading. That probably gave it all back to you. You're fresh with full drawdown available to you. It's a beautiful thing about having an idea where price is going to bounce, because you can TP right in front of it and have zero drawdown. It resets your drawdown almost every time. If you use a drawdown account. I don't recommend drawdown accounts, but a lot of people already have them. I can't control that. So absolutely fantastic. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. I'm not done yet. I just put my bread in the oven, but probably 15 more minutes. I'd like it a little more push down, please. I have no clue if I'm going to get it, but that's what I'm looking for. Caleb, did George just call the market bottom to the tick? No. All right. Delete. Cleaning up the trading floor a little bit. Need a new low here for me to engage in price. And then I kind of hate it because I know I got 15 minutes before my bread's done. You know, it falls under the category, should I be trading? Well, we freaking got here where I wanted to get. I'm almost thinking about maybe the girls don't need bread today. I might make them a batch tomorrow. This is my bread. So let's zoom out for a second. Let's just kind of take a peek at what we've been looking at here. So overnight, in the overnight battle plan yesterday, we called that if we lost this strong level, we were coming here. Well, that's where we opened. And then we were going to come here, and that's where this went. This was a trade long I took in here. This didn't happen. This didn't happen. This didn't happen. But this did. And now I'm looking, and this is my green. This is what I would most want to happen. Right here. We're here. 10 more points and I'm here. One thing about it, you know, we don't try to call tops, we don't try to call bottoms. And I'm not getting on you, Caleb, or anything if you're still listening, not at all. It's fun. But where's price most likely going to bounce, and then how do we play the bounce? And will it keep going? In this case, you had 70 points. I don't know how far it's going to go. I feel pretty good at this is where it's going to come. I mapped it out. You know, it kind of takes a little bit of kahunas to put that on your chart and say, let's watch price and see if it gets there. Especially day after day, right? And some of the mappings don't work, and that's why I showed you those other trades that didn't happen. We wait for the ones that do happen. Come on, push down. Push down. Now remember, this is power hour, sour hour, 10 minutes to the final 30 minutes. Very dangerous time to trade. Very dangerous time to trade. Let's see if we can get this to happen. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, we'll wait for the next trade. But I can promise you, you'd be glad that you TP'd there already. Because how much was that bounce there? Now, that's 20 freaking points. That's a big deal. But here, you don't care about the 20 points, the 30 points. All you care about is not moving your stop. That's what you care about. That's why I told you to leave the house, go get a beverage, go walk the dog. If I want you to take more time, I'll tell you to go clean the garage. All right. Certainly laddering down. Longs are counter, small if at all. Never making things worse. Knowing where you are wrong. If you don't know where you're wrong, don't trade. Come on, one more low. One more low. 9 minutes to the bottom of the hour. One more low. Let's see if we can get this move here. Next time I live stream, it'll be sometime next week. Market's closed on Friday. I'm taking a full 3-day weekend and maybe 4 days. We may not. So if you were interested in joining our group, it's a good weekend to do it because you can probably get your first 3 bounce levels in this weekend. I'll still grade charts and give feedback on your levels to make sure you're marking them correctly. Although it is Easter weekend, so enjoy your family. Trading doesn't matter this weekend. Come on, push down. 8 minutes to the bottom of the hour. Difficult time to enter a trade. We need a new low. Come on. This is about where I'd like to see price to go. Come on. Come on. Push it. New low. New low. You got 10 points. Do it in one candle. Now 15 points. Do it in one candle. Make people chase this short that don't know where they're at, and then rip their heads off. As my wife says, you keep dreaming that dream. You know, with Trump speaking, it throws in 30 minutes after the close, it throws in a monkey wrench into if this was just a normal day. This isn't a normal day. He's speaking 30 minutes after the open. The uncertainty, the market doesn't like uncertainty. All right, let's see this thing get down here. See what happens. Come on, push more. Come on. And if you were short from up there, you don't care that it's making a new low. You TP'd perfectly, salvaged all of your drawdown. If you're prop trading, you're a happy, happy camper. Who cares if it keeps going? You don't need all the move. You just want a nice chunk of it, right? You just want a piece that goes, you're mine. All right, a little bit more here. Let's see what's going to happen. Extremely counter here, ladies and gentlemen. If you decide to do anything, certainly not trading advice. Trading can take every dime you have and including your soul. Protect yourself at all costs. Always with proper sizing, proper leveraging, knowing where you're wrong and getting out. Actually, that's about right there. Let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, you're not going to get all the way there? Come on. Let's see what happens. This is just what one man thinks. Extremely counter, small if at all, never making things worse, knowing where you're wrong and getting out. You've got 3 minutes to the bottom of the hour. Dangerous time to enter a trade. Now, the beautiful thing is if they decide to get under this 52.50, I don't even want to tell you where I think we're going. This is where bulls really want to hold. Missed my entry by 2 ticks. See what happens. 3 minutes to the bottom of the hour. Very dangerous time to enter a trade, no matter what you think and where you're at. All right, is the range going to bounce that price right there? Man, I don't like it here at the bottom of the hour. Tough, tough, tough. Tough, tough, tough. Let's see if it wants to come all the way down a little bit more. 52.50. Careful, you're at the bottom of the hour. Or you wait for the ladder back. Man, tough. I don't like the bottom of the hour. I just don't like entering a trade here. So we'll see what happens. Gotta let this pass. Gotta let this pass. Sometimes it sucks when price gets to your location at a time that doesn't make sense to enter the trade. Man, if this thing skyrockets straight up, it'll suck. I don't mind being patient, but then I want to be in the trade. You know what I mean? All right, jeez. Shoot me in the head. Here, boom. See what happens. Man. See what happens. You know, but you know, at that turnover, that candle could have easily went the other way too. And actually, this would have gotten me into the trade. I removed it because of the time. I went, nope, I can't enter there. I just can't enter at that time. It sucks it got to where I wanted. And the timing. You're in power hour, sour hour at the bottom of the hour. It's a tough time to trade. That sucks. Pretty good though, huh? Pretty darn good. All right. So where did we make it to? We made it to the top of this, didn't we? So if this thing comes back in, this is a new trade. It's a new trade if you want it. Certainly not telling you to do anything. Price is laddering down. Longs are counter, small if at all. I am long. I'm locking in commissions. I'm going to lock in 2 points. I'm going to lock in 3 points. Now let's go, 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 boys. Go. Get up there. I can't get hurt. I'm counter, but I can't get hurt now. But I waited till we got where I wanted to be long. And I said on that pullback there, if you want to be long, that's where you can do it. I know where I'm at, so I felt comfortable front running that. I'm going to capture 4 points. Let's go, boys. Now I need to stop moving my stop. Now this is where I need to go get a beverage. I need to go check my mail. I need to go walk around the block. It's a green day. Can't get hurt. This is my 4th trade. Green, green, green. This could be the big one though. But I'm counter, so I've got to follow price a little bit and not just keep it at one tick. And if it's going to go, maybe it'll go. Certainly not trading advice, but that's what I did. And if it gets me, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm trading kind of outside of my hours, but price got to where I needed it to go. Now, had I kept my entry right there, literally that would have gotten me in. I'd be in such a better position, but I can't do it at that time. I just can't. And if it gets me out at 4 points, oh well, it gets me out at 4 points. You're like, why didn't you do that with more contracts? Because I'm in the power hour. I entered a trade in the final 30 minutes. But I waited for my entry, didn't I? This is where the bulls had to live. And this is why I was waiting for this. They awoken the bulls right here, my humble opinion. I could be proven wrong. This thing could vomit down another 300 points. But I took my share. I took my share. I could have just taken my 10 pointer right there. That's a good day when you make 10 points on a trade. 10 to 50 points a day, I think, is ideal. I've only locked in 4, but I could have but then again, by taking that 10, I could very well be missing out on hundreds of points to the north. Multi-day hold. So if I'm still in this trade tomorrow morning on the AM briefing, you were here when we entered it, when we mapped it out. If it gets me out, I expect it to be honest. Trump still hasn't spoken. This thing's got to go 50, 60 points away from here before I would feel comfortable. So for new people watching today, what do you think? Any questions or anything? Come on, get up there. This is where you guys have got to defend. And I can also look and go, you know what? I'm up X number of points. I could easily pull this back into my entry and say, you know what? This is a risk-free trade for the day because I have captured my points for the day. This is the trade I want, but I'm going to lock in 2 points. I'm going to pull it up just a little bit and see if this thing will keep going. I don't think we should get underneath this level here, in my opinion, but what do I know? I'm counter, extremely counter, just at a very good high time frame location in which to be counter. My humble opinion. And if it gets me, I don't care. I'll be done. I got to take bread to an eye doctor. You take out your piece that you can take out. I really don't want to see it get lower than any of those two. 61. Where's my stop? At 60. Yeah. This candle, this is such aggressive price action. I expect it to get me. But I don't care. If it gets me, that will be it for me, guys. Come on. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it. You don't need to go below there. You don't need to go below there. You don't need to do it. All right, get up there. Go. Get up. All right, I got to check my bread. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go. Come on. So let's go back to a 3-minute chart here. So here's what we mapped out. Price to come to here. And then this would be possibly, where there could be a reversal. I don't know it to be true. We're just pretty good at where price is going to bounce and where it might want to go. How far is it going to go? I don't know. All we can do is manage. So here, this is a great time for me to show you this. So here it is on my chart, okay? My stop is right here at this 60.25. I'm going to move the stop. Watch how fast it goes from the chart to the DOM for trade of 8. Watch. That is about instant. And now I'm going to move this back to 2 points and watch how fast it moves back. Isn't that really smooth? So now I can finish chart trading this and watch it go. So I like that. I like that a lot. You know, it's really nice, man. I could lock in 10 points. You know how nice locking in 10 points is? But we're at such a high time frame level here that price could take it all back. Why lock in the 10 points here? I didn't. If I'd have done multiple contracts, for sure, I'd have taken one off at 10 points, and I would have moved my lotto runner to minus 10 points. But I didn't feel I had the luxury to do that in the final 30 minutes to do more than one contract. I don't think they're going to push it down any further. I think that's it. I think they made it to their location. They made it to the target. And there we go. So we made just 72 points going here. Not bad. And we're almost at 20 points here. So I think that's going to be it for me, guys. I'm going to get this bread ready and go take it to my eye doctor as a thank you for my last visit. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to trade with a group who all trades the same chart, looking for the same trades at the same time with a pretty decent leader, check us out at Micros Trader. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow in the AM briefing. Thanks for joining me. I will see you later.